Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's May 13th, 2024. It's 17 degrees outside today. It was actually beautiful. I was delivering the mail in just a t-shirt. I had to take my jacket off. It was too hot. But now inside the house, I'm in a sweater because I think my body has caught up to me. All right, over the weekend, you could see the Northern Lights all around the world in places you normally can't see it, including here in Moncton. And on Friday, everybody went and saw it. I went to bed. I didn't realize it was such a big thing happening that night and that it was going to be happening all through the weekend. So I ended up going to bed early and didn't get a chance to stay up and watch it, which I should have, and I'm kicking myself for not doing it. So Saturday, I thought, well, I'll stay up a little later on Saturday. I'll see it then, but it was too overcast here. I couldn't see it. I stayed up past midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that. Didn't get to see it. Apparently at 2 o'clock in the morning, though, clouds lifted, and here in Moncton, you can see it again. But I wasn't up then. So last night, which was a work night for me, I did go to bed, but I set my alarm to wake me up early. I woke up at 1:30. I went outside, checked, nothing. I woke up at 3 o'clock, went outside, checked, nothing. A little bit before 5, I was awake again. 5 o'clock is when I normally get up to go to work, and by then the light is already starting here. It is over, so wasn't anything last night. I missed it, but as a result of it, I'm pretty tired today. I got home from work. It was a bit longer work today because it's Monday. They usually are. And got back here, just put on a sweater to stay a little bit warmer, and my eyes are kind of droopy. And so I said, well, I gotta get going. I gotta start doing something. I gotta get this video out. There's things I want to talk about. So that's what we're doing today. If you're finding my channel for the first time, thank you so much. If you like it, make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people, and you put the notification bell on so you don't miss out on anything. So today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you 3 envelopes that I've gotten within the last few weeks of stamps. One of them I've held on to for a little while because I wanted to, it kind of had something to do with what I was doing this month for our giveaway. So on around the first day of each month, I do a Stamp of the Month video. I do it in connection with Liverpool Stamps in Great Britain. They usually send me some stamps and then I use them as a giveaway. So this month we talked about revenue stamps and custom stamps and electricity bills, law bills, all sorts of really cool stamps that are out there. And if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go back and watch it. It was my 1,000th video that I put out, and there's a giveaway. If you put the word tax in the comment, you can be entered to win. And that draw for the win is going to be on the 15th, so in 2 days. So you'll really want to watch that video and put your comment in so you can be entered for it. Well, one envelope I did get was this one here. It came from Stephen in Australia. There are the stamps on it. He put in this nice, here we get it going the right direction, postcard. Said, thought you might be interested in these stamps. Can you explain? So I kind of did explain because it is the topic. When I saw them, I was like, oh, I can't believe he has sent me stamps about the topic that I'm going to be talking about anyways. So yeah, I'm going to show you the stamps he sent me. If you still need more explanation, you got to go back to that May 1st video and watch it. But here are the stamps that he sent me. These are really nice examples. They're used, but they're still a really nice example. The customs duty stamp, the 1, the 2. There's a 2 off paper that's really nice too. And this one here, 2 cents of customs duty, a 5, so really nice. And then he sent these war tax stamps. So of course you're raising money for the war during the First and Second World War. Canada and many other countries issued stamps. You can see this one has an overprint. It reduced it from a 1 cent to a 3/4 cent. This stamp's a little bit mangled, but you gotta get the idea what was happening. There's a 2 cent war tax as well, and another 2 cent war tax. And then this one here is actually 2 cents, which is postage due. That's what this stamp represents. So someone has sent a parcel or a packet and didn't put enough postage on it, so the post office adds one of these in, and then the recipient has to pay that 2 cents in order to get it. So really nice examples. Those of you who have been watching these videos have been have seen this example, this round table that I do, as I have 4 things I want to talk about. I'm going around the table and sitting in each one of the chairs. This chair is a little bit cold, I can tell you that much. The next thing I have to do, after saying thank you to Stephen in Australia for sending those stamps, it's always fun when a topic that I'm already getting ready to do a presentation on, that stamps show up for it. Now, I could have put those in the presentation on May 1st, but I wanted to hold them off and then we continue to talk about it. Encourage people to go back to watch it and be a part of the contest. All right, the next envelope I wanted to talk about and show is this one here. It comes from Monty in Saskatchewan. He sent a nice fairy one with the extended part of it there where all the different stamps would have been attached. So he sent that. In it, he had received a first day cover that he thought should go to me. I showed you this one on Friday. This is a really nice one from the Netherlands of a hedgehog. Beautiful first day cover with the World of Wildlife logo on the back. And then in it, he also sent this postcard, and he said that he had been given these stamps, and he had some extra world stamps that he had sent, some duplicates. So I want to show you those. They are from a variety of different countries. So yeah, no particular order. We go from Namibia to Brazil, an early Brazilian one, to a DDR German stamp, Botswana, nice bird stamp there. We've talked about this one here before. This is a 100th anniversary, actually 130th anniversary of the Penny Black. I did a Stamp of the Month video on the Penny Black. So British stamps have used it over and over again for commemoration. Really nice stamp here, Greece. And one for Finland. There's an old Soviet Union stamp with the CCP, 1961, Indonesia. One from Chile, there you are, Isabel. There's a stamp from your country. Åland, we've talked about that recently too. The kind of almost independent nation within Finland. They have their own stamps, but part of Finland too. So, and they have a strong connection with Sweden as well with the language. An Italian stamp, a Malaysian stamp, Republic of France, Ireland, Czechoslovakia, China, one for New Zealand. I like this one with the little bird cage in the background, the cat peeking around the corner. One for Australia. An airmail stamp here. We've got a couple here from South Africa. And one for Germany. And then finally, one in Denmark. Thank you very much, Monty, for sending those duplicates and giving us something else to talk about. This next grouping comes from Bennett in New Zealand. He sent this from the New Zealand Post, but he works for an independent postal service that competes directly with the National Postal Service, and he sent me some of their stamps. So they're brand new, or they're mint stamps that he had sent. And I hadn't heard of too many private enterprise mail systems. It kind of makes me shudder a little bit as a member of Canada Post to think that they could start up other agencies that would compete with you. And yeah, if it's working there, great. If it maybe made Canada Post better by having that competition, that would be good too. I don't know. It's something to think about. And it's actually a really interesting topic that I may go delve further into, but I do want to show you the stamps that Bennett sent me. So if you happen to get stamps like this on letters or packages from New Zealand, they are going to be very difficult to find in a Scott catalog because they aren't in there. These private stamps, which are quite beautiful too, aren't listed in those books because they're direct competition, I guess, with New Zealand Post. But certainly some interesting ones. Let's go this way, I guess. Places you may want to see if you're in New Zealand. I've had the chance to go to New Zealand once. I had an aunt that lived in Auckland, so my wife and I went there for our honeymoon. We went to Australia and to New Zealand. We spent a week in New Zealand on the North Island, mostly around Auckland. So there's still much we haven't seen. But this is an interesting thing, private. Oh, thank you very much, Bennett, for reaching out. He found my YouTube channel, liked what he saw, and decided he wanted to participate a little bit by sending me some stuff. And he's a fellow postie, even though he's not for New Zealand Post, he's still doing the job, so he's a postie. So thank you so much, Bennett, not Benny. The last thing that I want to show you here is that on the weekend, I was at the Moncton Stamp Fair. I participated in the auction once again, and although I didn't get all the things that I put in for, and they didn't go as cheaply for the most part as they have in previous months, because there was quite a few more people there and people were bidding and wanting to be a part of it, I did win a couple things. So the first thing that I want to show you is something that I don't necessarily regret winning, because I got it for a really good deal, but it's not something that I normally collect. So it doesn't really fit into my collection very well, but it might be something interesting that you guys might enjoy. So what it was were these two binders. I got them both for $6. The minimum bid was $5. The first bid that someone put in was $5.50. I went 50 cents higher and I won it. So what does it say? It says 2 binders of Nova Scotia early postmarks, cards and stamps. So they're stamps on paper with the postmarks from several different post offices in Nova Scotia, Canada. So in the first little binder, you can see there's a few here that are not attached. So Pictou, Nova Scotia, 1985, the stamp and the cancellation. So that's what they've done. New Waterford, Yarmouth, Sydney Mines, Glace Bay. They've kind of hit as many post offices as they could find all throughout Nova Scotia, all within this kind of 1980s. So someone really liked Nova Scotia. It's Liverpool, Nova Scotia, not to be confused with Liverpool, England. Bridgewater. I know some of these are kind of up. So the pages are empty. There's Woodstock. There's Gaspé in Quebec. I guess you can't see that. There we go. Try to bring it this way. Maybe it's easier to see. Huntington. And there's just a sheet of stamps. So it's kind of a mixed binder. This particular one anyways. And these ones are German. So I'm not sure why we've got a bunch of German stamps in here, but we do. And then we're back to Canadian cancellations again. There's White Warrock, British Columbia, Bowmanville, Ontario. So Manitoba, Ontario, you can see here. There's Sussex, New Brunswick, Rothesay, New Brunswick, Newcastle, New Brunswick. So this particular album seems to be all about cancellations wherever they can find them. 350 years of Royal Mail. Well, it can't be 350 years. Interesting cancellation. And then I think we've got a bunch of blank pages once again where they didn't finish the album. And then they put in a few stamps there. Okay, so that's the little album. The bigger album, they've done up, if I can show you this, post offices and mail services. And they've done up a whole history, which is kind of interesting, talking about the different departments and all the different places. Miss Margaret MacDonald was the postmistress of Ulva for many years, and upon her retirement, so there's a whole history of the post offices here. Someone's gone to a lot of work. And we can see all the different post offices on this page. Pages upon pages. Colchester County Post Offices from 1812 to 1979 by Dr. Lloyd McPherson of Maitland, Hants County, Nova Scotia. I guess that's all there. So this is somebody's dissertation on what's going on. It's a really nice card. This one says in 1971 there was a rate increase, so instead of 5 cents, it's gone up to 6 cents. So we're currently just went through a rate increase here. We went from 92 to 99 cents. So you can see how much things have changed since 1971. And then here we've got an envelope. It's really hard. You can see how I've got the stamps laid out on the table from what I've showed you before. All right, we're gonna show it from this angle. That way I can zoom in, zoom out, and you can see their new value once again going from 4 to 6 cents here. Port Hawkesbury, Nova Scotia, 1969. So some valuation change envelopes. So we have lots of these 5-cent ones with the new values. So if you really liked collecting, or they really liked collecting them, and we have lots and lots of those. And these ones here are another post office within Nova Scotia. And then we have cancellation marks. I know some people really enjoy cancellation marks from different places. So somebody has collected those, taken stamps off envelopes and put them in binders that way. There's a postage due. We were talking about postage due with the stamps that Steven sent. These ones are not stamps. These are prepaid envelopes. The US postage stamp. So for a $6 value, there is some value in this, but it's not really what I normally do. Here, someone's got roller cancellation. So rather than just stamps, they roll over the top and cancel them that way. Very interesting. Not something that I normally collect. And I'm not really sure what I will do with these albums either. Maybe one of you, this is the way you collect it. Maybe this means a lot to you. I don't know. Nice one here, 1967, the Expo. You can see cancellations from different provinces. Confederation cancellation marks from 1967. And just general cancellations on stamps. The stamps aren't super rare. So even if I said, oh, I'm gonna soak them off, which I'm not planning on doing, there's really no point in doing that. It's the cancellations that have values in this or have a meaning more than the stamps themselves, because the stamps themselves, you can find them anywhere. They're commons. Things like this though are interesting. Canadian Pacific mail order, $4 Canadian from 1966. That was kind of interesting, stuck in there amongst all the stamps. Doesn't quite fit, but interesting nonetheless. So bits of pieces of history in here, and this is a whole album filled with cancellations, different types. You know, some people might see a stamp in here and say, well, I don't have that stamp. So it's possible. Do we want to see 20 minutes of me going through page by page? Probably not. You kind of get the idea of what there is. If I find something of interest, it pops out, like this letter bill. It's different. Circulation Department, Cape Breton Post. But I know there are people that go around the world and just collect cancellation marks. There you are. There's an album of that. What I'm gonna do with these things from the auction that I got for $6, I have to think about it. They'll go aside, put them aside for a later date, a rainy day to go through. You guys might have some suggestions too out there. I still have a few more things that I did win. I'm going to do videos throughout the week showing you what I got. And of course, on Wednesday, we have the giveaway to do. So we'll spin the wheel and see who wins this month. For the giveaway, we already are in planning for what we're going to do for the month of June for our stamp of the month. So I've been in contact with Liverpool Stamps there. Yeah, we're still going to have giveaways. We're going to have more things to do. Stamp versus Stamp. Have you gone and checked out that one? That was my latest collaboration with Snail Mail with Smokey. We got to watch my video and his video and see how we used the stamp train this month. That was kind of interesting. If you want to find out more about the stamp fair, the Moncton Stamp Fair, I shot a live stream from there on Saturday. That's up. You can watch that as well. We kind of walk around, talk to a couple dealers while we're out there as well. So interesting stuff. Well, that's it for today. Good variety. Thank you to everybody who sent something in. And thanks once again to all of you who continue to watch. So have a magical week.
What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye.